The night started out like any other. I had just finished washing the dishes after dinner, my fingers still slightly pruned from the warm water, when I heard the front door creak open. It was strange because the door usually made a louder noise, but tonight it was quiet, almost too quiet. I glanced at the clock, 9:42 p.m. My husband, Mark, was out of town for a business conference in Atlanta, so it was just me and my 17-year-old stepson, Tyler, at home. Tyler had gone upstairs after dinner to do his homework. Or at least that's what he told me. In recent months, I had started to notice some changes in him. He had become more distant, his eyes always flickering with thoughts he never voiced. I chalked it up to teenage angst, something I knew came with the territory of raising a boy on the verge of adulthood. I walked toward the foyer, wiping my hands on a dish towel. "Tyler?" I called out. No response. I peeked out the window next to the door and saw a car parked across the street, its engine running. I didn't recognize it. Something about that gave me pause. I stood there, motionless, listening for any sound. Upstairs, I heard what sounded like a drawer opening, then closing. My instincts kicked in. Something wasn't right. I went up the stairs, slowly, carefully, my footsteps barely making a sound on the carpeted steps. As I reached the top, I noticed Tyler's bedroom door slightly ajar. I pushed it open gently. The room was empty. The window was open. I rushed to it and looked down. The backyard was dark, the moonlight barely illuminating the wooden fence. My heart started to race. I had a sinking feeling in my chest. I grabbed my phone and texted him. "Where are you?" No reply. I tried calling, straight to voicemail. For a moment, I stood there, trying to breathe through the panic building inside me. Tyler wasn't the kind of kid to sneak out. He'd had his rebellious moments, sure, but never anything like this. I tried to calm myself down, telling myself maybe he just needed some air or was meeting a friend for something harmless. But the truth was, I didn't believe that. Not with how he'd been lately. I went back downstairs and sat on the couch, unsure of what to do next. Calling Mark crossed my mind, but I didn't want to worry him while he was working. Still, something told me this night wasn't going to end quietly. About 20 minutes later, I heard the front door open again, this time louder, like someone didn't care who heard. I jumped up and turned toward it, just in time to see Tyler stepping inside. His hoodie was pulled over his head, and his face was flushed. He looked surprised to see me standing there. "Where were you?" I asked, my voice trembling. He didn't answer at first. He just stood there, caught in the doorway like a deer in headlights. Then he finally said, "Just out. I needed some air." "Don't lie to me, Tyler. I know you snuck out." He pulled his hood down and sighed, running a hand through his tousled brown hair. "It's not what you think." "Then tell me what it is. Please." He hesitated again, then walked into the living room and sat down on the edge of the couch. I followed, sitting across from him. He looked up at me, and for the first time in a long time, I saw the fear in his eyes. Real fear. "I needed to meet someone," he said slowly. "Who?" He bit his lip, then whispered, "My mom." His mom. My husband's ex-wife, Amanda. She'd been out of the picture for almost 8 years. She'd struggled with addiction and instability for most of Tyler's childhood. When Mark got full custody, Amanda had disappeared completely. We hadn't heard from her since. Tyler rarely brought her up. I always assumed he had made peace with her absence, or at least buried it deep. "Wait, how? Why now?" I asked, confused. "She messaged me on Instagram a couple of weeks ago," he said. "I didn't tell Dad. I didn't tell you. I had to see her." I sat back, my mind spinning. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "She said she's clean now," Tyler continued. "She said she wanted to talk. Just talk." "Is that where you were just now?" I asked. "With her?" He nodded. "She was in that car." I looked toward the window, but the car was gone now. "What did she say?" Tyler looked down. "She wants a second chance. She says she's been sober for 2 years. She's working at a shelter downtown. She wants to see me again." I didn't know what to say. Part of me was furious. How could she reach out to him without telling Mark? Without telling me? But another part of me saw the boy sitting in front of me, my stepson, hurting and confused. He didn't want to be in the middle of some long-buried parental war. He just wanted answers. You should have told us, Tyler. We could have helped you through this. I didn't want Dad to freak out, he said quietly. Your dad deserves to know. And you deserve to talk to your mom, if that's what you want, but not like this. Not in secret. He nodded, eyes downcast. I won't tell him, I said softly. Not tonight. But you have to promise me you'll tell him soon. And if you want to see her again, we'll do it together. All of us. Tyler looked up, tears in his eyes. Really? Really? You're not alone in this. He came over and hugged me, and I held him tighter than I ever had before. In that moment, I realized just how much he'd been carrying on his shoulders. But the night wasn't over yet. At around 1 a.m., I woke to the sound of glass breaking. My heart pounded in my chest as I sat up in bed. I listened. More shuffling sounds downstairs. I grabbed my phone and crept out of the bedroom. Tyler's door was open, and he was already in the hallway, pale and alert. You heard that too? He whispered. I nodded. Together, we walked downstairs quietly. As we reached the bottom step, I could see the back window shattered. The curtain fluttered in the breeze. And then we heard footsteps coming from the kitchen. I motioned for Tyler to stay back. I grabbed the baseball bat Mark kept in the coat closet. My hands trembled as I moved toward the kitchen. And then I saw her. Amanda. She was inside our house. Her face was gaunt, her eyes wide with panic. Her clothes were soaked from the rain. Amanda, I said, stunned.
She turned to me.
I'm sorry, I didn't know where else to go. What are you doing here? I asked. I was being followed, she whispered. He found me. Who? Before she could answer, we all heard the screech of tires outside. Amanda bolted toward the front door, but I grabbed her arm. You're not going anywhere. Tyler stepped forward, confused and afraid. Mom, what's going on? She looked at him with tears in her eyes. I made a mistake, baby. I left a halfway house last week. I thought I was okay, but I got in trouble again. I owed someone money. He said he'd hurt me or you. That's when I knew we had to call the police. Amanda tried to stop me, but I picked up my phone and dialed. The next half hour was a blur, police cars, flashing lights, questions. They took Amanda in, not for breaking and entering, but for violating a restraining order someone else had against her. I was heartbroken watching Tyler go through it all. His reunion with his mother had lasted only hours, and now it had ended in chaos. But as we sat on the couch together after the officers left, Tyler leaned into me. I thought tonight would give me something I've always wanted, he said softly. But I think I just realized I already have it. What do you mean? I asked.
You, Dad.
This house. This life.